Oh boy is right. Oh dude, that thing's got more holes than Swiss cheese in there.
Yeah.
Morning.
Wow, that's a lot of scoopage.
What's up, everybody? Today on Cars and Cameras, we're back working on the Dragster 2.0 dual-purpose asphalt sandrail dirt dragster. I guess triple purpose. Anyway, in today's episode, we're building a roll cage. We're reinforcing our front end. We're mounting our pedals, wiring. We're making a ton of progress in today's video, and we are not far from seeing this thing fire up and run. So we're going to start things off with a big old time lapse of building our roll cage. It looks sweet. Looks just like one out of a real rear engine full-size dragster. Let's get right to it. This cage is modeled after a top-fueled dragster, and we're really happy with how it's turning out. We should all have plenty of head clearance even after we add our roll cage padding.
Okay, so I just finished tacking in our front end supports. We wanted to make sure the front end's a lot stronger than the traditional dragster that we have because this one's going to be off-road. We don't want these wheels getting pushed backwards. So we read the comments. We were planning on doing it anyway, but thank you.
Yep, so next up we have pedals, we have wiring, all kinds of other stuff. So yeah, the cage is looking sweet. So we have a lot of reinforcement to do to this entire chassis. But, yeah, I think what we have in terms of the cage is looking legit, like a real dragster. So,
yep. We know we need a bar underneath this one going down. So
yeah.
We got a few things to work out. So
for sure. So why don't you test it in this thing? Because
okay.
we haven't tested it since the cage was done. And then we'll work on our collapsible steering column. So this just came in the mail, and this is like a collapsible steering column. It's just that if you get in a crash and the steering column moves, this actually plunges into this piece here. So you have less of a chance of getting speared by the steering column. So we'll probably insert that right about here, just to add weight to the front of the vehicle to help keep the nose down for those 9,000 RPM launches. Yeah, that's a ton of headroom. We've already decided we're going to run a Hans device in this thing too, so you're going to be good and immobilized.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I guess hand restraints are going to be optional because the first thing I did was, oh man, I hit my arms.
Yeah.
So don't want to do that. Well, this is sweet. I like this.
So we were sitting here trying to figure out the shoulder harnesses, where they're going to mount to and stuff. And then, I mean, this design of seat is great for a go-kart without a harness. But if you have a harness, you really need a seat that goes up and it has like, it's a tall seat that your back can go up against. And then it hit me. We actually have a seat out back. All right. So this is an old Kirky Racing Fabrication seat. We bought this from our buddy Kyle, who sold me this dingo. And we're just going to test and see if it even fits. Oh boy is right. Oh dude, that thing's got more holes than Swiss cheese in there.
Yeah, and you see I repadded it for the dingo race. But, okay. Oh, now the fun part. See if we can get it in our cage.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. We should have thought of this like last week.
Oh, not bad. Hold on.
That might be meant to be.
That is. And you know what's cool about these headrests is that we can get it's like it bolts to the back and it puts a padded arm right here for, I know, like if you're turning left, you're going to want one over here, so your neck doesn't get stiff or whatever. You can get both of them, and it'll really hold her helmet still, and the Hans device. But I think we're okay. I might need to change the angle of the back of like our cradle back here, because it's not as whatever obtuse or acute. Just bend these out a little bit and just mark the holes. But let's see if I can get in.
Ooh, good point.
That's probably a big deal. Yep. Oh.
Bingo.
Whoa. Headrest, everything. That's it. And I got out of the go-kart and kicked these wider because I kept hitting my elbows on them. But this is, dude, you got to get in here.
Bingo. Let's try the shoulder harnesses real quick. See how that works.
Because we're still trying to figure out because like on my mini cup I had both shoulder harnesses, the brackets. I don't know if this was right, but both of them to a single bar with one bolt for both harnesses, and they both came through the hole and then went over my shoulders. So we're going to see if that'll work for this, and leave a comment if we're doing it wrong.
So Charles is working on mounting the shoulder harness tabs, so we'll catch back up with him, but I'm going to go ahead and install our collapsible steering column. So I'm going to cut right here and cut right there, and I've already made rosettes there. So I'm going to turn this down so that it'll fit in there and it can be welded up solid, and then I'll make a plug for this side. We will lose a little bit of our collapsibility there, but I figured that would be the best, most strong way to install this piece. So let's get it done.
There it goes.
There you go.
We're going to replace that piece.
Yeah.
With that.
So I just need to turn this down a little bit, make it fit in there. It'll get welded here, and then a plug for this side, and we will be good to go.
Got it.
So gas, clutch, we're going to need to come up with a brake for the center.
Shouldn't be too difficult.
I'm trying to give them a POV, and it's not working too good because it's kind of cramped, but we already have a like a holder bracket made for the throttle. So the throttle is basically a tack and a little coat hanger action away from being functional.
Throttle cable linkage. It goes from coat hanger to throttle cable linkage once it enters the garage. So don't worry.
The clutch I'm working on. Brakes, well, we got nothing.
No brakes? Oh.
No problem.
No problem. That's all right.
One more?
Yep.
All right, so we should have throttle.
Sweet.
Well, after our not coat hanger.
Yeah.
So we're making a ton of progress here. Ooh, boy. We just got the brakes finished up. We still don't have a brake rotor or a hub, but the brake pedal all the way to the master cylinder into the caliper is done. So we figured that, we're going to need to trim this a little bit, but...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we figured that sometimes your right foot's going to be on the brake, sometimes the left foot's going to be on the brake, so we basically made it big T, so that either foot can use it.
And it's not done.
It's not done.
We need some reinforcement on it and stuff.
Definitely.
But we wanted to see if all of our effort was worth it on that.
Exactly, and we built this so that we wouldn't have any brake linkage coming in the footwell area, so it's all in front, so this space stays totally clear. So I'm pretty happy, man. And I used some Go Power Sports gussets for some pedal stops. They look great, they work great, and it's coming right along. It's just me today. I have my buddy here, the Stooge, who's helping behind the scenes. But Ike and Charles are both out for medical reasons, and I'm going to completely shock them with what I'm going to do to this rail today. So we never think about things like oil cooler, radiator, battery, fuel tank. We always just kind of figure out what to do with that after the fact. Well, me and the Stooge came up with a perfect idea that's going to turn our dragster into a Formula rail car. So we're going to do these massive side pods off the side so we can mount things like our radiator, our oil cooler, our fuel tank, so we can have some airflow moving through them and also provide much more protection than having a radiator above, behind our head, something like that. I'll explain a little bit more of the thought process behind it later, but I'm going to get this built so you guys can check out what it's going to look like. Can't wait to see what Ike and Charles think of it. We're using square tubing for our Nerf bar air scoops for the sake of simplicity and to give our aluminum panel something square to mount to. So we have the frame of the side pods tacked in, and we're going to bridge it with these pieces here. And we already went out and bought some aluminum sheet metal we're going to use to cover these. We're going to have some kind of easy way to remove them to service whatever we put in here. I know the oil cooler's going in this side. We talked about the battery and some other stuff like that. So we got a ton of air volume, and it's really not going to add much drag to the vehicle because we're going to have these pieces here that basically they're going to let air out through here. So we're actually going to get a little bit of cooling action on the engine itself. Of course, this is going to be a dual-purpose asphalt and dirt dragster, so all this is going to be enclosed to help keep dirt out of this area in general. So it'll be much better than having our radiator like somewhere exposed, because especially on the dirt, we could have rocks get kicked up at it and puncture it and burn us, which we don't want. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these tacked in and keep going. Cover.
All right, so our side pods are tacked in, and our accessories are just kind of zip tied in there. So we have this radiator mounted right there. We're going to have aluminum panels all the way around this, protecting us in case we have a rupture. We're going to have, I don't know, some kind of chicken wire or something a little fancier, blocking stuff from going in here. And then we're going to have some small catch can up here, and that's how we're going to fill the radiator. And then we'll have this vent to that as well. So this should be a sealed piece, and nothing should ever come out of the radiator itself. We're no longer filling at the radiator. So on this other side, we have the oil cooler, and this can kind of go wherever we want. It doesn't need as much airflow as the radiator, so we'll probably do a battery over here, something like that, or a fuel tank under here. And that's all going to be enclosed as well. So the idea is safety, and it even gives us side crash protection, because out at like Busco Beach, where we are going to test this thing off-road, wild things happen on that drag strip, and a little bit of extra side protection wouldn't hurt. That's why we made this thing so big, is for just a little bit more side protection for, you know, only a few pounds of weight. So it is right about as wide as the rear tire, so it looks pretty sweet. It's going to completely transform once we put those aluminum panels on it.
So the total system works like this. You have air coming in here through our wire mesh. All this is going to be enclosed on all four sides. It's going to be going through our radiator that's tilted, and we tilted the radiator so you can get like maximum cooling capacity with a smaller overall footprint. And we tilted it forward because the hot air is going to want to rise up. So this is going to be enclosed as well, and this is going to provide protection from the from mud from the tire and other stuff, and then the air is going to exit right out here to help cool the transmission and engine, and it shouldn't have any problem with debris making it in. So to sum it all up, these side pods, they totally transform how it looks, but it adds side protection in the event of a side impact. It really fixes our where is our radiator going to go, oil cooler, battery situation, and it looks pretty cool. So yeah, hopefully the guys like it. I don't know what they're going to think. It's definitely not what they were thinking.
Morning.
Wow, that's a lot of scoopage. Holy scoopage. Oh, but I love it. Radiator, oil cooler. Wow. It got bigger.
It got bigger. I had to get your raw reaction,
No,
dude.
that's great. No, I love it. I mean, we knew we had to go out with something, but I didn't know it was going to be this big.
Well,
That's crazy.
you know, the stooge was over here, and he was like, you don't want the radiator above your head or somewhere exposed, so it's going to be completely enclosed in that scoopage.
Yeah. Oh, man, it's going to be nice. So, and did he like the seat and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
So that's all we have for you in today's episode. It was a very safety-focused episode. We built a roll cage, we installed a collapsible steering column, and we tacked in some side pods that our radiator, oil cooler, fuel tank, potentially battery are all going to sit in just for safety purposes. Anyway, we all have a lot going on right now, so we're going to explain a little bit more on Wednesday, but we are not far from having this thing running and driving for the first time. So thank you all for watching. Leave a thumbs up if you're enjoying the build series, and we'll see you next time.
All right. So, where's my welding helmet? Come here, welding helmet. There you go.